I'll introduce myself in the meantime while more people might join. My name is Karan Gupta. I'm a third generation publisher and I'm also very keenly interested in tech, which is why I'm here today conducting this session in front of you. I take care of a tech company which has developed this ebook portal or the ebook ecosystem, which we call Booksara. The name is Booksara. Uh, what I'll do is I'll start with the presentation. Just a second. Right. So we had been circulating a registration link for some time, and you might have gotten the same. And we asked a few questions so that we could plan this session better. And following the response, we decided that the agenda should be as following. Most of the people were aware of ebooks and their different aspects, but were more interested in how they can manage sales and distribution of their ebooks themselves. So I'm going to start with basically the business side of it first, why we see ebooks as becoming necessary in the coming few days, months of in the coming period, and then we will move on to what we believe are possible opportunities, necessities, and what are possible opportunities opening up in the near future. We will follow that up with, like I said, the agenda will have necessities. What are the possible opportunities? Where we fit in? Where does Booksara fit in to this? We will follow that up with a demo of a live demo of a desktop reader, which I'll give to you. It will be something. It will be a first-hand experience of how a teacher might use a system for a Zoom class. Demo. We will also give a demo of our enhanced ebook and what all things are possible with our reader and our system so far. A demo of how a user might access with service model, offline sales, or I'll discuss more about this later, but this is about how you might be selling directly to your users, your customers, and how they might actually use us to read your book. Uh, Various miscellaneous topics which might come in later, and a Q&A at the end. You can also send me questions in comments right now in between, and I'll try to manage everything as and when will. So you can also send questions to me in the middle, and I'll see if I can take them up. So with all participants, I'll just start on with this. So I'm going to move first the COVID needs. Why is post-COVID needs? Why we think ebooks are necessary now? The first is schools and institutions requesting online access for their staff, for their students. Now, this has become a necessity right now. The various aspects for such a necessity is one, it is required in bulk. This is not an individual user coming to you and asking you, look, I want one copy of your ebook. This is usually in bulk. You are selling to a school in, let's say, 50, 100, 200, these kind of numbers. So supply will always be in bulk. These are primarily, most of these are your existing customers. There's no new revenue in this. They want additional fulfillment from your side. So the way we see it, there's no new revenue in this. Then there's customer retention. The objective is for you, why do you need to give this? Why is this a necessity for you to provide? Because your customer is demanding this. Otherwise, for a very simple reason, they might move away from you to someone else tomorrow. And another key aspect of this is you need content security. अभी तक जैसे होता था, for example, the way we also saw this happening in the last few months is schools asking for PDF copies of the file and publishers providing even on WhatsApp. So there's no security there. If once your file is out in the open, how are you ensuring that it is not shared further? There's another need, which I would say is a new demand in larger numbers, and these might not be B2B customers. You're just facing a bigger demand for ebooks now, and you want to maximize your returns from them. What happens right now is with ebooks, आपके पास आपका कोई कस्टमर आता है, जैसे कि मुझे आपकी ईबुक लेनी है, कोई ईमेल आता है, your the ideal response is it is not available with me, you will have to go and buy from one of the leading players, या आप Amazon से खरीद लीजिए, आप वहां से खरीद लीजिए. So you are redirecting your direct customer. Customer आपके पास आ रहा है, आप उसे redirect कर रहे हैं कि आप उसके पास जाके खरीद लीजिए. आपका अपना कंट्रोल खत्म हो गया, आपका कस्टमर आपके हाथ से चला गया. You don't know whether they have actually bought it or not. You don't know whether that customer is satisfied with it or not. And you are also losing out on margins in this case, क्योंकि major e-retailers, when they are selling directly to your customer, they're going to charge a big percentage of it. So if you are getting a new demand today from a customer saying, look, I want an ebook access of your book, then you need to be able to retain it even if it is supplying one copy. The next thing in this is sampling cost. This is for a lot of, again, B2B supplies. Sampling right now is entirely physical copies. Everyone sends physical copies to schools, institutions for assessments, for repeat hammering. And the biggest problem with this is it reduces your saleable inventory. If you have printed, let's say, 3,000 to 5,000 copies, you know that out of it, 500 to 1,000 copies are going to go waste as sampling. The cost is at least 5 to 15% of your revenue annually. And when you come to additional sampling items, such as add-on items which are themselves not revenue earning, for example, a teacher manual, you need to provide it to a teacher. They're asking for it, they require it as an additional part of your course book, and you are being forced to print it and keep it with you. The comparable cost when you shift it to an ebook only model, such items, is very low. And second, you have direct control of the end user. There's no leakage to undesired users with, let's say, teacher manual. For example, if you don't want a teacher manual to be released to someone else, how do you exercise that control with physical books? Now, the biggest problem in this before COVID was the end user themselves discouraged this. That is why this situation never arose. People would have, teachers would have said, I'm perfectly happy with the physical copy. Why are you asking for my email? I am, either you send it here, you give it to me like this, or it's okay, I don't need it. But post COVID, this situation has changed. Even they prefer getting a digital copy which is available to them at home, at school. They don't have to carry it around. It is available on their device. They don't need to physically interact with anyone, including any delivery person coming in. So post COVID, this sampling can shift completely online at a fraction of the cost. Your end user will be more aware of it. Whether they shift to it or not will vary from multiple customers. It will vary from school to school, from teacher to teacher. But as a publisher, if this reduces your costs, if it reduces your sale, if it gives you more stocks for sales rather than for, let's say, just for conversion of an account, then this is a necessity now. So after needs, these are the basic three needs which we can identify. One is sampling. One is your existing customers want, they're not giving you any new revenue to it, but they need the ebook. The third is new users who want an ebook because they don't want to interact physically now. They don't want to go to a store. They don't want to interact with delivery people. They are willing to buy an ebook, but in your case, as a publisher, you are redirecting them to e-retailers. And there's complete loss of control over there. They are no longer in your supply network. You don't know whether it was fulfilled or not. Now, these are opportunities. Let's come to opportunities now. We are not sure how these will play out, but we think these can be there in the long run. So, like I said, Currently, the direct customer is going to e-retailer. There's a reduction in brick and mortar stores. Discoverability is going down. So if you require, as you want to increase your discoverability, you want more promotion, you want greater marketing, and you are thinking of shifting to ebooks, this is what it offers. Let's say right now in a review for a general book, let's say a non-fiction book, you are sending out 50 copies to different newspapers or media, etc. There's a certain cost attached to it, and you actually end up counting each and every copy you send out. But when you shift that entire thing to ebooks, that number can easily go up to 50, 100, to 100, 200, 300, and at a fraction of the cost, fraction of the original cost, which you would do for 50 physical books. So is there an opportunity by moving all of this online to ebooks? Can you do a greater experimentation with new titles? That is possible. Do you have customers abroad who might want one or two copies of your books? Do they want direct supplies? Are they interacting right now with you directly? The last point in this, which we manage, which we understand, is selling of a printed scratch code to brick and mortar shops. Now, I'll describe this a little more. Like we used to have cell phone recharge coupons earlier, we have this mechanism available in our system that we will give you a scratch code for each and every book. Rather than printing an entire book and selling that to a retailer and then the retailer selling that forward, rather, I'm saying from investment point of view, do you think something like that can be shifted to a scratch code, a one-page scratch code in a plastic poly bag or so, which is available with any shopkeeper, and that can be further sold out? So we are reducing the investment required for your inventory. The network is still the same as the physical books. You're still going through the physical network. You're not going through an online network. It just requires a little bit of hand holding कि आपका जो रिटेलर है वो कहेगा कि कस्टमर को मैं कैसे कन्विंस करूंगा, उसको एक ब्रोशर चाहिए, उसको इंस्ट्रक्शंस थी बस कि आपने पैसे दिए, अपने फोन में ये ऐप डाली, ये आपने ऐसे करा और ये आपकी किताब मिल गई आपके फोन पे. That is all. But can this reduce your investment? Can this reduce your risk? Yes. Second opportunity, if the current COVID situation persists, we are already hearing about this, will schools make changes to their syllabus? Will they bring in additional books? For additional books, let's say GK, computers, moral science, music, art, a lot of them. Do you think that some of them may be reduced in the long run? If from what we've heard so far, teachers have been given only specific hours every day. So the school's intention is to cover the main subjects in that duration. And I'll just get to your question in a minute. I'll just finish this point. Yeah. So I was saying, yeah, if teachers have only a limited time slot available for online classes right now, and it's going to continue in the long run, at least for the next 6 months, 1 year, some additional subjects might be completely cut out, or they might be reduced in a very large manner, or it is possible that some subjects might be merged. Now, in this case, what, how is the ground reality going to play out for us? There's going to be a possibility that one school might say tomorrow, look, I don't want your entire books now. I only need half of this. I don't want my students to pay the full amount. Or even parents might say, look, in this entire book, you're only asking us to teach our children 4 or 5 chapters, 6 chapters, 7 chapters instead of, let's say, 10, 60%, 70%. Why should we buy the whole book? Now you will need dynamic control in the future that, one, you have not invested that amount in a physical copy. This is what I have here. That you're not investing in the printed stock at that point. You're experimenting with an ebook only model. Your school says, look, I want these 5 chapters only. You say, sir, we have an ebook only model. Print book is the same price, but ebook, this is the price you're offering. This is the content we are giving. It allows you to respond immediately without putting in investment 4 months in the advance. Right now, if you want to print a book, you'll have to take a decision at least in December, January, minimum, right? With ebooks, you can postpone that decision to print. You can experiment with an ebook only model. Now, this is a possible opportunity. This might work out, this might not work. But this is something completely new which can take off. With schools having to take formulate decisions on formulate SOPs, standard operating procedures, would they prefer if their students bring full bags again with them? Do they want multiple students roaming around with full bags, multiple books lying everywhere? Imagine the possibility that they have to sanitize, they have to ask parents to sanitize children's books and bags and everything. So an ebook only model, not entirely, but in part, that is possible, that has an opportunity in the future if some schools are receptive to that. So this is another opportunity that we see, right? So I had a question right now regarding the scratch codes. So scratch, the question was print text, I was doing printed scratch codes is it being currently used in the Indian market? Uh, it is not, I would say it is being used and not being used. We have the solution available. It is not being used because no one has taken that decision right now that they will move ahead with this in a proper manner, that they want to print, let's say, for 50 books. Let's say I have 50 books. I decide I want to move ahead with a scratch code model for 100 copies each. So this step has to be taken by someone before they move ahead and print and decide to formulate a packaging for something like this. So it is not being used right now, to my knowledge. The best of my knowledge, it is not being used. But the text solution is entirely available. What is only left is the decision-making capability. Whether a publisher decides they want to do this or not, that is what's left out. So the next point in the agenda was, where do we fit into this? What are we offering? So, like I said, books are up. Brew, the reader is Brew, BRNU for books are up, abbreviated, Brew Reader. We have a complete ecosystem. You as publishers will get your own dashboard. You manage everything yourself. Your content is directly uploaded. There's no manual intervention. We're not going to ask you to send it to us or send it to an FTP. You directly upload to your dashboard, through your dashboard. You are in total control. The, the system is payment gateway enabled. And the biggest advantage right now, which we are providing, is real-time reporting. Now, I don't know if a lot of you know about this, but Amazon, for example, or any other ebook player does not provide real-time reporting. If someone buys your ebook from them, you'll only get to see it at the end of the month in their reports. In our case, we are providing real-time reporting. You can carry out an anonymous test. You go ahead and buy your own ebook, and you'll be able to see it reflected in your own reporting. We might not even know about it. So this is a very crucial point, which is not available with major ebook players right now. DRM encryption. Now, DRM stands for Digital Rights Management, and encryption is basically how do we secure your content. For example, if it's going to only who controls the server for ebook storage, who has server username and password? Only my team. And that too to a limited extent, very limited extent. The content can't be accessed from there. Whatever your file, whenever your file, I'll come to that point also. As soon as your file is uploaded and the admin decides to approve it, the file is stored in an encrypted format. It is not stored in the format in which you have uploaded. So the file on a server is also an encrypted file. If anyone tries to open it and read it, they'll only see junk characters. That is basically what encryption is. If you have a PDF file, which is there, so it will only be, like I said, junk characters to an end user, or it might not even open. It will give some errors, it won't open. That is the main task of the DRM. Only our reader can support this DRM, and hence only our readers will allow these ebooks to be opened. We have our readers are available for Android and Windows PCs or laptops. We have currently not launched our iOS reader, but it is not too far away. It is just a business decision that we have to take. Otherwise, it will also be available on iOS moving forward. There's no limitation over there. So we are offering the entire system. But how, again, we come back to the main point, your question, how do you manage it? Where is your control? So right now, what we have in the market is the retail model. Everyone has this. An end user visits my website, in our case, Booksara. They create an account, they browse around, they buy a book, they make the payment to me, and I retain a percentage of the MRP. We also have the MRP, the retail model, but we would not like to promote this. We don't want, the customer acquisition cost for such a model is very high. And what we are talking about right now is a PaaS model, or a platform as a service model. We become your service provider, and it is a fixed cost to you, the user. We are not asking the user to pay anything. Everything is in your control. Now, this is an example of an access code. So scratch code or an access code. This is a dummy access code, 48RALH, etc., and a 4-digit PIN. This is going to be distinct for each ebook. It expires after a single use. And how we will use it, I'll explain it in the demo later on. This is just for all practical purposes. This is one physical copy for you. Tomorrow, if you're going to ask me, I want 5 copies of this book, I will generate 5 such codes for you. Each code is single use. It will be linked to a single user account, and then it will expire. This is where the offline model comes into play. There's you, publisher, Booksara. You provide the ebooks to our system. On your request, single use. Okay, single use is basically, I'll go back to that. Single use is basically once a user has used this code and this PIN, this code will not be usable for another user. If you want 100 copies of one book, I will generate 100 such codes for you. They will all be distinct. You will actually be able to see the email ID of the user who has used it. For example, it is natural, I'm a service provider, so they are your customers. You want to know how many, let's say you're sending out samples, or you're selling books to 5 different people. Hello? Hello? Yeah. So you want to send out this access code to at least, let's say, 5, 10, 15 people. And then you want to analyze how many of them have actually used it. It will only be possible with unique access codes, which can be given to individual users. Whenever this code is used by someone, you'll be able to get their customer email ID. You'll be able to interact with them directly. So I'll again move on to the presentation. There's publisher, there's Booksara. You upload directly under your control the ebooks to our server. On your request, we generate the codes for you. You can say, look, I have 50 books, I need 10 codes now for each of them. You can say, I need 5 codes for this book, I need 50 codes for this book. We open with that. We are not saying it is a one-time activity. This is a year-long service. So you can have 100 books in our system, and you can say, I only need codes for 5 books right now, 10 each, please. I need another 10 next month. I need 20 for this book. That is entirely up to you. As and when you request, we will generate them. You can sell these, you can give these codes to your users for free. If you want to distribute a sample tomorrow to your teachers, you can do it for free. You're basically handing out that code to someone for free, either by WhatsApp or by email, or even by a printed sticker. That's entirely in your hand. You can sell it to a user. If you have someone coming to you, look, I want to buy your ebook. Rather than saying go to Amazon, you say, yes, you please deposit this money in my account, or you do a Paytm to me, or you do a wallet transfer to me. Once they have done that, you say, look, this is the code. My book is available on the system. I'm giving it to you personally with this code. You just install this application. This is for free. And you log in with your email ID and you copy this code and you'll get my book. So you are retaining your customer, you're hand-holding them to the end, you're ensuring that majority of your margins remain with you. If you want to use a third party tomorrow, which earlier I gave an example of brick and mortar stores, we give you the codes, you decide that you want to print them out and release them in a particular market. Let's say in one town, you have competitive examination books. Now the students are not going to buy them online. A lot of them will not buy online. They will not buy ebooks. But in this case, let's say you are selling an ebook by printing a small scratch card. Let's say half of an A4 sheet, the cover image is there, details are there, and the code is on the back. And this is available through an e-retailer or through a normal retailer in the market. The student goes to the retailer. The retailer says, look, this is available as an ebook. This is the price. Ideally, we would recommend something much less than the print price. This ebook is available. The student copies that scratch code in the application. They get that ebook. The transaction is entirely manual. Those students might not have e-accounts for payments. I do not foresee, for example, let's say in Kota, how many students use online payments. If you have books selling out at a retail store, and you want to sell ebooks, you want to increase your margins, this is how you do it. You just need to print a scratch code. You need to convince your retailer, look, this is just like a physical copy. This is taking less space in your godown. You require one drawer for it. That is all. You don't require a complete. You can keep it completely dynamic. You can say, I have an Excel available. This retailer has a lot of publishers have retailers logging onto their systems. If you have something like that, a retailer logs into your platform, your website, they're your retailer. They get an access code from you immediately then and there, and the user is able to use it. They make a payment to you. This payment is entirely free of us. The user only comes to Bookswara to access that book. We are not collecting any payment. So this entire process, your interaction with your customer, whether it is for free, whether you're selling it directly, whether you're selling it through a third party, is either offline or online, in whatever manner, it is in your control. This is the service we are providing. This is where we come in right now. But you have database of our books and users. Yes, I do have database of your books and users, but I'm your service provider. Frankly speaking, all your service providers will always have some of your data, right? आपके अगर लॉयर हैं, वो आपको कुछ सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं, तो आपका कुछ डेटा उनके पास रह रहा है. अगर आप किसी आईटी सर्विसेज, अगर आप गूगल के थ्रू अपना ईमेल डेटाबेस रन करते हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली गूगल के पास सारी ईमेल्स आपकी दिख ही रही हैं. If you are afraid that we are going to be using your ebooks and your users, then I'll be very frank with you, that is not our main objective. इतनी बड़ी चीज हम बना के हम उसमें ये करें कि we won't even know आपका क्या बिकता है. आपने कोड मांगे हैं, आप उसे फ्री दे रहे हैं, बेच रहे हैं, हमें क्या पता कल को वो बिकता भी नहीं, आपने फ्री दे रखा है. Why would I want to experiment on that level कि मैं गलत तरीके से कुछ आपका करूंगा. I'm assuming that was the question. Yeah, we will have a database of your books and your users. Obviously, we will be your service provider. We will have all of that database. But like you, a lot of people have such databases, and selling to that database is your forte. तभी आप लोग उस लाइन में exist करते हैं. So what I will do now is I will give a small demo now. Rather, before moving to this, I'll give a small demo. I'll just change my screen. Just a second. If anyone has any questions while I'm doing this, I'm open to those questions. A lot of the people here joined us a little later. So if they missed out on something in the beginning, I can go again to my presentation once I've done a little bit over here. आप लोग ये देखिए, I'll come back to my presentation शुरू से एक बार बाद में, ताकि जो users जिन्होंने लेट ज्वाइन किया था मैं उनको बता सकूं. Now I think there is a sharing issue. Let me just see this. Yeah, now I'll share. Right. You are able to see now. I've opened up our desktop reader right now. These are multiple books available in my desktop reader. What I'll do is, the first thing I'll do is I'll show you a PDF file. This is a PDF file which might be required for school books, let's say. This is zoomed in right now. We can reduce the zoom. We are doing a page shift. I'll just manage the zoom from here. I've got this to maximum zoom. So this is how your teacher might actually use your PDF file. If they're asking for a PDF file in while they're having an online class, अभी टीचर क्या करेगा, शायद उसको जरूरत पड़ती है तो किताब ऐसे उठा के यूं दिखाएगा कि ये देखो जी, ये मेरी किताब, ये आप इस पेज पे जाइए, ये पॉइंट यहाँ लिखा है. You are not able to provide a PDF to them right now, but through our desktop reader you can do that. It is available through Zoom, as you can see right now yourself. This PDF will only open in our reader. This is not shareable. ये एक ही यूजर के अकाउंट में है अभी, ये यूजर किसी और से शेयर नहीं कर सकता. ये PDF का एक एग्जांपल था. अब मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल दूंगा एक EPUB फाइल का. EPUB फाइल जो है वो एक HTML की फाइल होती है. उसका मेन यूज आता है जब आप छोटी स्क्रीन पर पढ़ रहे हैं. डेस्कटॉप में अभी आपको वो नहीं दिखेगा, बट छोटी स्क्रीन में उसका यूज होता है. ये जैसे एक स्टोरी बुक है, ये डायनामिक है, इसमें लेआउट हमने फिक्स नहीं करा है. EPUB का मतलब यही होता है कि लेआउट आपका डायनामिक रहेगा. इसमें मैं होगा, मेरा क्या होगा इसमें, जैसे एक तो इमेज को हम जूम इन कर सकते हैं, टेक्स्ट बढ़ा सकते हैं, फॉन्ट साइज बढ़ जाएगा मेरा. तो मैंने जब फॉन्ट साइज बढ़ाया तो उससे क्या हुआ, मेरे नंबर ऑफ पेजेस बढ़ गए. पहले ये 16 पेज की किताब थी, नाउ इट इज 21 पेजेस. दिस इज आइडली फॉर स्मॉल डिवाइसेस, कि आप एंड्रॉइड पे पढ़ रहे हैं, अपने फोन पे आप कोई बुक पढ़ना चाहते हैं एंड आपको फॉन्ट बहुत छोटा लग रहा है. PDF में आपको पिंच जूम करके इमेज फोटो की तरह नेविगेट करना पड़ेगा. इस किताब में अगर आप ये बना सकते हैं, इट इज वेरी इजी टू मेक. अगर आप ये बना सकते हैं, सो दैट बिकम्स वेरी इजी. दिस इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ एन EPUB फाइल. इसमें मल्टीपल ऑप्शंस हैं, जैसे सब ई बुक्स में होता है. आपकी नेविगेशन है, आप सीपिया कलर ला सकते हैं, नाइट मोड में देख सकते हैं. ऑल दोज थिंग्स आर अवेलेबल. नाउ द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज आई एम गोइंग टू गो टू एन एनहांस्ड ई बुक. ये मैंने ई बुक किसी और की डाउनलोड करी है, ये मेरी अपनी ई बुक नहीं है, बट आप लोगों को दिखाने के लिए ये मैंने एक जस्ट अ सेकेंड. हाँ, मैं ये EPUB जो है जनरली आप लोग इन डिजाइन से अपने आप खुद बना सकते हैं. हम इसमें हमारा कोई रोल नहीं है एंड वी विल नॉट बी एंटरिंग इनटू दिस एरिया. दिस इज ई-बुक मेकर्स आर वेरी ईपब मेकर्स आर वेरी इजीली अवेलेबल नाउ. मेलिंग बहुत लोग कर रहे हैं. जैसे आपको एनिमेशन बनाने वाले लोग मिलेंगे, ईपब बनाने वाले भी बहुत लोग मिलेंगे आपको ओपन मार्केट में. आप अपने ऑफिस में भी बना सकते हैं. इट्स नॉट वेरी डिफिकल्ट. उसको आप अलग, उसके लिए आपको अलग से कोई सॉफ्टवेयर नहीं चाहिए. अगर आपके पास वर्ड फाइल या टेक्स्ट फाइल है तो आप बना सकते हैं उसे. ये जो है, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, ये किसी और की फाइल है, बट ये एनहांस्ड ई बुक में मैं आपको दिखाना चाहता हूँ कि ई बुक के अंदर क्या क्या पॉसिबल है. आप ऑडियो वीडियो का भी अगर आपको कल को कंटेंट डालना है, आप ई बुक में डाल सकते हैं. ये कहलाती है फिक्स्ड लेआउट की ई बुक. अब मैं आपको एग्जांपल दिखा रहा हूँ. ये जैसे छोटी इमेज आप देखिए, ये एक एनिमेशन है, इंटरेक्टिव एनिमेशन है. ये दो बच्चे बैठे हैं, उन्होंने कलर्स रखा हुआ है. मैं शीट पे क्लिक करा और ये कलर बह गया. दोनों बच्चों की स्माइल बंद हो गई और फ्राउन आ गई शक्ल पे. ये मैंने रीसेट कर दिया, आप देखें दोनों अभी स्माइल कर रहे हैं. व्हाइट शीट क्लीन है. मैंने शीट पे क्लिक करा, वो कलर बह गया, बच्चे फ्राउन करने लगे. ये एक एनिमेशन है. एनिमेशन भी नहीं है, ये HTML के अंदर डिजाइन है थोड़ा सा. जैसे आप नॉर्मल एनिमेशन बनाते हैं वो आप ई बुक के अंदर एम्बेड कर सकते हैं. ये ई बुक के अंदर पड़ा है, ये ऑफलाइन है मेरी किताब में. ये अभी इंटरनेट से डाउनलोड नहीं हो रहा है, ये मेरी इस किताब के अंदर ही साथ में पड़ा है. ऑडियो अगर इसमें हम चलाना चाहें,
If a person peels off a jacket or sweater while working at a computer, the computer can be destroyed.
आई एम अज्यूमिंग आप लोगों को ये ऑडियो सुनाई दी होगी. हो सकता है जूम की वजह से, मुझे पता नहीं सुनाई दी होगी कि नहीं, बट ये एक ऑडियो ट्रैक प्ले हो रहा था. सेम वीडियो चल सकती है. हो सकता है बफरिंग रेट आपको अभी थोड़ा स्लो लगे, क्योंकि ये मेरे को बिल्कुल क्लियर दिख रहा है. जूम के थ्रू आपको स्लो दिखे. वीडियो हो सकती है. मैथ्स का सपोर्ट, मैथएमएल का सपोर्ट. जैसे ये इक्वेशन आपको दिख रही है, ये मैथएमएल में लिखी गई है. मैथ्स का सपोर्ट आपके लिए, अगर आप पीडीएफ नहीं बना रहे, ईपब बना रहे, वो आपके रीडर में बहुत जरूरी है. मैथ्स का सपोर्ट मल्टीपल फॉर्मेट्स में हो सकता है. मैथएमएल में लिखा तो भी आउटपुट आ गया, लेटेक्स या टेक्स्ट में लिखा तो भी आउटपुट आ गया, एस्की में मैथ लिखी है आपकी फाइल में तो भी आउटपुट आ गया. ये थोड़ा टेक्निकल हो गया, बट मैथ्स का सपोर्ट हमारे रीडर में पूरा है. आप और इंटरेक्टिव चीजें बना सकते हैं. ये ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप की एक एक्सरसाइज है. अब इसमें मेरे को ABCD को ऑर्डर में लगाना है. मैंने A को दबाया और मैंने इसे उठा लिया. अब इसे मैं कहाँ लगाऊं, मैंने सबसे ऊपर लगा दिया. C यही है, E यही है, B यही है, D यही है. मैंने नहीं छोड़ा, सबमिट करा तो A ग्रीन हो गया, बाकी सारे रेड है कि ऑर्डर गलत है. ये ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप की इंटरेक्टिविटी है. ऐसे ही टिक करके इंटरेक्टिविटी आ सकती है. ड्रॉप डाउन की आ सकती है. फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स की आ सकती है. आप पजल्स बना सकते हैं. ऑल ऑफ दिस इज पॉसिबल. इसके बाद लैंग्वेजेस में, इसमें क्वेश्चन जो कई बार आता है वो आता है लैंग्वेजेस का. सो फॉरेन लैंग्वेजेस तो छोड़ते हैं, फिर भी वर्टिकल वर्टिकल लैंग्वेज आपको अगर चाहिए, दिस इज एन ईपब. ये PDF नहीं है, दिस इज एन ईपब फाइल.
Hi Karan, I am Gaurav from Pragati Vichar team. Request you to take care of the time as the next session is scheduled to begin.
Okay, I'll be very quick about this.
Thank you very
तो
much.
ये वो हो गया. हिंदी और तमिल, मैंने आपको दो लैंग्वेजेस, इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस का सपोर्ट दिखा दिया. अब इसमें मैं आपको बहुत सिंपल चीज, जो मेन इंपॉर्टेंट चीज हमारे को दिखानी थी, वो दिखा देता हूँ कि एक आपका एंड यूजर जो है, वो आपकी किताब स्क्रैच कोड यूज कैसे करेगा. ये मेरा डेस्कटॉप रीडर है. मैं इसका मेन्यू खोला, इसमें एक ऑप्शन है एक्टिवेशन का. एक्टिवेशन मैंने खोला, मैंने ये कोड आपको दिखाया था कि हेक्साडेसिमल कोड है. ये मैंने इसमें कॉपी पेस्ट करा और मैंने सिस्टम को कहा कि ये एक्टिवेट करिए आप ये कोड. बुक एडेड, प्लीज रीसिंक. ये मेरे अभी ऐड नहीं हुई है, मेरे को एक बार मैंने नीचे से रीसिंक करा है. ये बुक मेरे अब अकाउंट में ऐड हो गई. ये कोड दोबारा कोई यूज करना चाहेगा तो उन्हें नहीं मिलेगी. ये देखिए, ये आ गई ये वाली बुक. इसको मैं अब डाउनलोड कर लेता हूँ, तो ये वाली बुक अब यहाँ पे दिखने लग जाएगी. अब मैं इसे डाउनलोड का मैंने क्लिक कर दिया, ये डाउनलोड स्टार्ट हो गया है. तो मैं फटाफट, आई विल बी वेरी क्विक अबाउट दिस. ये बुक आपकी डाउनलोड हो जाएगी, तो बिल्कुल जैसे मैंने आपको पहले PDF दिखाई थी वैसे ये अवेलेबल हो गई लोकल डिवाइस में, फिर आपको ऑफलाइन पढ़ सकते हैं आप इस बुक को। आई थिंक मैं अभी स्टॉप कर देता हूँ इसे, शेयरिंग स्टॉप कर देता हूँ एंड आई कम बैक टू माय प्रेजेंटेशन। यहाँ तक हम आ गए थे, ये मैंने आपको दिखा दिया था। मल्टीपल मिसलेनियस चीजें होती हैं कि आप, हाँ, टाइम बाउंड एक्सपायरी बहुत जरूरी है। आप चाहते हैं कि आपकी ई बुक 1 साल में खत्म हो जाए, आपने किसी को कोड दिया, स्कूल का बच्चा है, आप चाहते हैं 1 साल बाद उसे दोबारा किसी को और को किताब खरीदनी पड़े, परपेचुअली उनके अकाउंट में नहीं रहनी चाहिए। सो वी हैव दैट कि पहले दिन डाउनलोड हुई उससे 300 दिन बाद किताब खत्म होनी चाहिए, 400 दिन बाद किताब खत्म होनी चाहिए। उसे शेयरिंग की परमिशन नहीं है, उसे प्रिंटिंग की परमिशन नहीं है। ये कुछ मिसलेनियस ऑप्शंस हैं, ये मेरी डिटेल्स हैं। आप लोग प्लीज इसे नोट कर सकते हैं, आप मेरे को डायरेक्ट अप्रोच कर सकते हैं, कोई क्वेरी आपकी आए तो। चैट में भी आप कोई क्वेश्चन देना चाहें तो आई एम अवेलेबल राइट नाउ। बिफोर वी एंड दिस सेशन मैं 2 मिनट आपके और कोई क्वेश्चन है तो उसके लिए वेट कर सकता हूँ। एंड बिफोर क्लोजिंग आई विल से वेरी सिंपली, मैंने जो आप, यस यस, तो इसके अंदर मैंने जो आपको बताया, ये मैं आपके क्वेश्चन का यस कर रहा हूँ, आई एम नॉट रीडिंग दिस आउट टू एवरीवन। ये जो चीज है आपके ऑफलाइन यूज के लिए बनाई गई है, हम आपके सर्विस प्रोवाइडर हैं, आपने आप कंटेंट सेफली हमारे अपलोड कर दिया, एक फ्रैक्शन ऑफ कॉस्ट में आपको एक रनिंग सिस्टम मिल गया। आपको कल 1 किताब की डिमांड आती है, 10 किताब की डिमांड आती है, वो आपको हमारे थ्रू एंटायरली अवेलेबल है। आपको टेक सिस्टम में इन्वेस्ट नहीं करना। कुछ पॉसिबल केसेस में जहाँ पे आप ई बुक्स पे शिफ्ट कर सकते हैं फिजिकल बुक से, वो आप एक्सपेरिमेंट्स कर सकते हैं। दिस वाज द मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ आवर सर्विस सिस्टम, कि आपको अगर यूटिलिटी दिखती है कि किसी तरीके से आपको ई बुक्स आगे यूज करनी है आपको, तो हमारा सिस्टम उसके अवेलेबल है, आप उसके लिए हमें डायरेक्ट कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। एंड दीज आर माय डिटेल्स। सो आई थिंक हमारा टाइम अब थोड़ा हो गया है, सो I will be ending the session now. I hope all of you were satisfied with the comments. Even thank you.
Thank you, Karan ji. Thank you very much for your sharing.
Thank you.